Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a beauty makeup haul. I picked up a bunch of new makeup, a bunch of new launches, and some from Sephora, some from Nordstrom, but I put them all in the Sephora box here. And I actually already did a tutorial with this look. I'll be putting that up later, so you can see some of this stuff in action. I can give you my first impressions pretty much in everything, and then like I said, I wanted to show you like a full look with using a lot of the products. And when I was using some of them in that tutorial, like it was my first time using them, so you really got to get my full impression because I was putting some things on and I was like, whoa, this is amazing, or I don't know about this. All right, let's first start with, I picked up some Fenty Beauty. You know, I fell for the hype. And what did I pick up? Well, I picked up the Fenty Glow Gloss, and it's actually what I'm wearing today. This like universal gloss shade that she launched, and really beautiful. Definitely a color that I feel truly is universal for so many different people, and I feel like it will look great on so many different skin tones. But very slippery, very glossy. Not a lot of like, it's not sticky. It's a little bit more slippery than it is sticky, but obviously with that comes the need to touch up. So I did find that I needed to touch up. And then two of these match sticks. They're like magnetized together. It's really cute. The Shimmer Skin Stick and both Shimmer Skin Sticks. One is more color, so it's more of a blush, and one is more of a highlighter. So I picked up, see here they are, and they like stick together, see? They're like magnetized. I picked up Yacht Life, which I absolutely loved. So, so beautiful. This bright, bright coral, has some shimmer to it. It's just stunning. Now the thing with these is that they are a cream product. So you could literally like blend this out. Let me show you. Like blending it out. Look at that. It's so much more sheer, so much more wearable, or you can really pack it on. These have, obviously they're cream, so they're gonna go on like a cream, but they feel like they have like a powder base. And I say that because a lot of cream products feel exceptionally emollient, or they're super, I don't know, I feel like they're going to accentuate any type of oily skin, or they're really going to move on your skin. These almost dry down. And so I feel like they almost have a powder base. And then I picked up this shimmer stick in Starstruck. I don't really like this one. This one's a little more pinky. And while it does apply beautifully and really blends beautifully, the color is a little bit more pink than I would prefer. I would prefer it to be a little more champagne and not so pink. So that was the only thing. But I feel that if you have drier skin, you will really do well with these. And if you have oily skin, I think you will as well. I'm constantly checking to make sure lipstick's not on my teeth. Because with this gloss, that's the only thing. I feel like it will get on your teeth. Not cute. Not cute at all. And then I picked up the Killawatt Freestyle Highlighter Duo in Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal. So this is the packaging if you haven't seen it. It's cute. You know, she's a pop star. It's definitely not a line for, I mean, I feel like it's a line for everybody. I love that the skin tone range is so exceptional. That's how every brand should be. But it definitely is like the packaging isn't like luxe, and it's definitely I feel like a lot of shimmer stuff in it. There were some matte things in there, but like the highlighter this isn't a highlighter you're gonna wear at the grocery store. So this is definitely a more fun highlighter. This is really, really bold and really strong. That's the first one. The second one, however, in this palette is much more subtle. So this is what it looks like. This is the one that I put on first. and it's quite significant. Sometimes you can even see it better back here. You can just see that looks more like the color. Then the other side is a little more subtle. I don't even know if you're gonna be able to see it on my hand, but it definitely is much more subtle. So while you've got, you know, a pretty bold Instagram highlight here, you have a much more subtle highlight there. So if you are someone that really likes to play with makeup and perhaps you know, have a more conservative job or live a more conservative life, you could probably blend the two, or just like use a little bit of the more intense shade and then stick with the more subtle shade for every day. Or you could even try some of those sticks, because I found the stick, it really gave a beautiful shimmer, but because of that dry down and it wasn't super, super emollient, I found like you could manage how much you put on so that it doesn't look like you're a pop star. Okay, what is next? Then we've got, oh, the Lancome mascara, the Monsieur Big Mascara. It's actually what I'm wearing today. Got some thoughts. This is it. This is what it looks like. Let me show you the brush. I'll really get up there and show you the brush. The brush is big. It's fluffy, spanned out, looks like a spider. So obviously this is my kind of brush. It gives a beautiful fanned out lash effect. And it really gives quite a dramatic lash, though I did have to build it up a ton before it got to this point. And that was a little frustrating. It does smudge a little bit under my eyes here during the day. Most mascaras do, because of the way my eyes are shaped. And I worked at, you know, a cosmetic counter for years and years and years. And so I've had tons of people do my makeup over the years. And I would have my makeup artist always be like, no, I can show you ways to set it and that kind of thing. And then within a few hours, it was smudging. And I was like, listen, guys, I know how to do my makeup. I know the tricks of the trade. And nothing stops it from smudging. So I literally just like touch it up with my fingers or concealer mostly throughout the day. But the mascara grew on me. First when I applied it, I was like, ugh. Like a fresh tube of mascara often isn't the best, but over time, I feel like it will begin to thicken up and it could be a really beautiful mascara. The brush really got me. The Armani Ecstasy Shine. I picked up one of these. They're in between like a lipstick and a balm. I picked up number 100, which didn't really look like it was going to appeal to me because it was like a little too brickish orange, but it goes on quite sheer and beautiful. Really feel amazing on the lips. And looks very, very orange. I have it underneath the Fenty gloss today. It's actually really beautiful. And it didn't look as orange when I put it on. This is not going to last all day. This is not a lipstick that's going to be like long wearing, long lasting. You will need to touch up. It's sheer. But for those of you that don't want a full coverage lipstick, but you don't want a balm, you're like, I need something in between. These are great. I really was impressed with this. I picked up 2 by Terry products. So we've got the Compact Expert Dual Powder. You guys know I'm a by Terry lover, like obsessed. And I picked it up in the shade Apricot Glow. So this is number 3. You can actually see it better back here. This is number 3, and it's kind of like a lighter shade on the outside and a darker shade on the inside here. So lighter on the outside, darker on the inside, but how I use it is more, so I swatched both, where are they? Oh yeah, there it is. The first shade is here, which you can barely see. The second shade is a little more apricot over here. Now, how I wear these is more like the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder. So I just swipe that over my cheeks to kind of warm them up, and I find that it's quite beautiful that way. It's not, you could probably buy a darker shade and use it actually as a blush, or buy the lighter shade and use it as an all-over powder, kind of like to blur imperfections, because I did find that it really gave a beautiful, beautiful, like smooth finish. And I loved how it looked on the skin. Didn't look too powdered, which I didn't expect, obviously, because By Terry products are exceptional. But I found that the Apricot Glow was a nice one. And then the Stylo Expert Click Stick. I love the Rouge Expert Click Sticks, the lipsticks that I've talked about before. I'm obsessed with those. Probably some of the best matte lipsticks ever. I will link them below so you can reference them. But this is her new concealer. And I purchased it in the shade number 1. So you click up here, comes out the top. So, you know, it's a good shape because you can just get it right under the eye. Very, very creamy. That's shade number 1. Blends out effortlessly. Really, really beautiful. I didn't find that it creased under the eyes, and it really, my eyes are a little bit dry. They're a little more dry underneath them than before. So I found that it really worked well under my eye. Wasn't too cakey, didn't cake up. I just used a little bit where I'm dark, because the key with using a cream or a stick or a pot concealer rather than kind of like a liquid is really like less is more. Just tap it where you need it and then blend it out and go from there. If you need to add more, then add more. But I don't, you know, put it all over here and that sort of thing. Most of my foundation covers all of that. 2 Victoria Beckham for Estee Lauder products. Got the bronzer. The packaging is stunning. I mean, compared to like the Fenty Beauty packaging, you know, it's a different clientele. Like this, I mean, obviously they're appealing to the Fenty Beauty. She's a pop star. She's appealing to a wide range and probably a younger audience. Victoria Beckham, though she is actually a pop star, this collection I feel like is a little more refined and probably appealing to a more mature audience. And the price point is definitely higher than the Fenty Beauty. Really, I mean, you're going to pull this out of your bag and you're going to feel fabulous. This is the highlighter. Shimmering or Modern Mercury. Now, I'm wearing it today. That super, super intense glow on my cheeks, that is the Victoria Beckham highlighter. Now, the texture on this is glorious. Stunning. Beautiful. It literally just disappears right into the skin. Looks like second skin. My complaint, do you see how dark that is on me? That is not a highlight for someone as fair as I am, unfortunately. So I have to use it more on top of my blush, which has made me really question, do I need to keep this? And I kind of go back and forth, to be honest with you, because the color, it's this like rose gold gorgeousness. And the texture is like no other. The shine is like no other. It's a little bit bold. I mean, you know, people are definitely going to see at the grocery store like, oh, look at that girl's highlight. But it's, I think for someone with slightly darker skin, like every skin tone darker than mine, I think it will look beautiful. But I think if you're fair like myself or even more fair than me, this is going to fall more in a blush category. And if you have super oily skin, that could be a problem. Because I have a feeling that it would be too much on oily skin if you can't use it as a highlighter, because it could start to move towards the cheek area, then that's towards the T-zone area, and then you've got a disco ball, greasy, oil slick mess. I also picked up the bronzer, one of the bronzers in the shade Saffron Sun. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. What I love about this is the color is quite light, which I was really impressed with. It was not too dark. A little more warm, though. Definitely a little more warm. This is not kind of like a gray-based bronzer or like a taupey-based bronzer. This is definitely a little bit more warm. I do have it on my cheeks today to kind of go with this whole like warm look that I'm doing. But it is It has more warmth to it. So if you're worried that it will turn to orange or you really, really cannot stand orangey type bronzers, I don't know if that's for you. Texture-wise, that powder is like butter. It is like butter. Doesn't even feel like powder. But, I mean, her collections from the past have been stunning. She obviously has rebranded herself. I mean, if we're going to compare it to, like, I wouldn't compare it to Fenty Beauty, but they're both celebrities. She has rebranded herself and come out with a fashion line that is crazy priced and only for, you know, like super fashionistas, and, you know, it's just a super high price point. So it doesn't surprise me that the packaging is like this and the texture is like that, because I'm sure that she really demands quality when working with her. But I have to say, I really wasn't sure how Rihanna's collection was going to be. I was like, is it going to be just kind of kitschy and young? I feel like any age could really find a product in the Fenty Beauty collection. And for the price point, it's definitely a little bit lower. It's not drugstore low, but so far I have really been impressed with the texture of things. And I like, though, that there's a lot of pigment to it. So if you are fair, you're definitely going to be blending things out and whatnot, but I find that everything blended beautifully. Okay, last thing is I picked up a MAC eyeshadow palette. When's the last time I picked up a MAC eyeshadow palette? Can't tell you. It's been a while. So I picked up Power Hungry. These all eyeshadow palettes and different colors and whatnot, and has a highlighter over here. I'm wearing it actually on my eyes today. The glittery shade in this like larger circle here, right there, is the one on my lid. And then I just kind of blended a few other colors. But the colors are really, really, really beautiful. Obviously a nude lover's dream. Let me just swatch some of these. Got some shimmer in there. You've got some matte in there. This is your palette for fall. You are welcome. It's really, really nice. And I feel like you could do more intricate looks. Like I did like a few colors on the lid, I think like 2 or 3. And you can do just a one shadow swipe with this palette. And I like that. Try to get all these colors on my hand somehow. It's just gonna look like a hot mess, but we'll get the gist here. Okay, so as you can see, we've got a wide range of, you know, it's definitely pigmented, shimmery, some mattes. The mattes are a little bit harder to see, but the shimmer obviously is really out there. I don't feel that the shimmer is not wearable. I think it's very, very wearable, which is nice. Sometimes, you know, obviously MAC is a little bit more of a makeup artist brand, but they've really gone mainstream, you know, for so many years now. I used to work for them like a long time ago, like at least 15 years ago. And they are definitely very different now. You know, I think it was when they were purchased by Estee Lauder that they really began to kind of take on a more mainstream approach and at least make collections and certain colors and products for people that wanted to wear it every day rather than just, you know, performers or people that would just go out, or a really young clientele. So this one is I was debating between this palette and another palette. And this one won out, though it is a little bit warmer than I wanted. I wanted something a little bit more cool tone, but I still think that's quite beautiful and I'll wear the heck out of it. And so that's my haul. I'll make sure to link everything down below. If you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment. Stay tuned for my tutorial. It's going to be this look, and I already filmed that already because I wanted to kind of break this up and show you the products just as is in the box and in the packaging, and then do it all in a look. I couldn't use every single product, but I used most of them so you could kind of see them in action. So I will talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.